Okay, we're going to change up interviewers here. I'm Onis from Handicap Manor Bikes and Books, and here we are talking with Terry Salyer, our business coach from Mountain Association.
Yeah.
We've got a couple questions we're going to ask here today. The first one that we're going to ask about is, what is the most unusual business you have worked with? Either a business model or a type of business?
Well, I'll tell you, I've had a lot of different ones, particularly with Mountain Association when it used to be Macy and stuff. But one in particular that really kind of hits me in the face is there was a guy that manufactured ATV shells that you would put over, four-wheelers,
Yeah.
Off-road terrain and stuff, and it was amazing the business that he had, and it was here in Eastern Kentucky, and he actually had 16 people that worked for him, and what he was doing is customizing based on what type of ATV vehicle it was and all that. He would enclose them with kind of a nylon plastic shell where they could use them year round. Well, it was amazing to go in, and it was him and his father.
Yeah.
And the guy was extremely talented design-wise, and his dad was pretty much a money guy. But what happened was we went in and reconstructed his whole production line, and instead of having like 16 different people working on just one particular customer, customizing it, we developed a production line to where certain people did the sewing on this, the next group did the sewing on this, and we were able to quadruple his production as far as getting them out there, and it really helped him with his business to be able to create more income and all that kind of stuff. But that was kind of unique. I never dealt with anything like it. You talked about, what was it like to deal with somebody out in terrain and stuff like that. Well, I had to learn a lot about ATVs and all that stuff, what went into doing that, and how we could create some of these products to be able to go along with those type of vehicles. So
That sounds cool.
yeah, it was interesting.
Okay. Now, has there ever been a business that you worked with that you realized was unviable, and what made it unviable?
Well, there's a lot of factors you got to look at when you're looking at a business, like an assessment or whatever. I mean, I could spend a whole video time on doing that, but there's a lot of people, what I've found out in the entrepreneurship world is they are great at rolling up the sleeves. They're great at doing an idea or a concept that they have, but the problem that they're having is they don't know how to relay that experience, that professionalism, that expertise for someone else. And I'll give you a good example. I've worked a lot with restaurants, and the ladies or men that are running them may have a great concept, a great idea, they have great food, but the problem is not very many other people can duplicate what they're doing, and they can't work 100 hours a week. So it's very difficult sometimes for them to keep that consistency, and doing that. So that's some of the things, that you've got to look at as far as an assessment. Not everybody has the same skills and ability to do what you can do. And to be quite honest with you, that's one of the biggest negative fallbacks that an entrepreneur doesn't understand is, oh, well, they don't think like I do, or they can't do it like I do, and all that. They've got to understand you've got to help train that person. Training is everything.
Okay. Well, we're going to stop right here because of our time limit.
Okay.
And we will be back with Terry later on.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Onis Handicamp again, here with Handicap Manor Bikes and Books, and we're talking to Terry, who has graciously given his time to do this interview. He's interviewed us, so it's our turn.
There you go.
Now, first question for this round, what has it been like working with our business and us?
Well, there's two factors you got to look at. You got to look at it from the technical standpoint, and you got to look at the relationship standpoint. If you can't develop a relationship with your client, it's a matter of trust. It's a matter of sincerity. It's a matter of honesty. It's a matter of getting their heart and soul of what they've got and understanding that. And sometimes that's difficult. And with you guys, you know, I know almost you know, and we've talked openly about it.
Yeah. I know we had our issues.
Yeah,
Well, I had my issues with you, but we've worked through that.
Well, look at what, and it goes back to what we're talking about through tragic situations. You all just experienced flooding and have experienced it again. And the last thing you want is somebody to come in here and suggest, oh, well, you need to look at things this way. You need to look at that. You know, a lot of us have done things a certain way for the most part of our life, but as we know, I feel two heads are better than one. And anything that I ever do with a client is try to give them the tools that they can use and utilize to take the business where they want to go. If they want to restructure it, if they want to evolve, if they want to go a different direction, it's my job to give them the tools to be able to do it. And in my situation with you all, like I said in the beginning, there's technical things you've got to work through, and I think you guys have progressed tremendously in that. But there's also emotional things that you all have had to deal with during the way, and me as a consultant, I've got to be conscious of that, you know.
Yeah.
And I've got to relate to that, and I've got to have the sympathy to go through that. And I'll be honest with you, and some people can't do that.
No.
And to go back to, sometimes people have personality conflicts, you know, to where they've been in an environment where they've had control of a lot of things, and to have the suggestions or the opportunities or things to being submitted to them can feel threatening sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I know that feeling. That's
Yeah.
where I was.
Well, you know, the ability, I feel, as people in business, is to work through those. I've always been the kind of person that if there's adversity or a difference of opinion, I look at that as an opportunity to educate myself or to educate them and come to a common ground. I've always been a consensus type person.
Okay.
I like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 opinions, bring them forth, and then as a group you decide on the best direction and what you need to do. And I was so gracious in working with you all that you all had that same kind of attitude, and I think that's why we've always worked together so well.
Yeah. After the first 2 months, I felt comfortable working with you and didn't want to shoot you anymore.
There you go.
So yeah, you've been great. 2 questions left.
Yeah.
Do you follow and check up on businesses after you've helped them?
Absolutely, and the main thing is some of them follow me, and I think in our situation, you know, you guys, you know, got a hold of me for kind of like a round 2, but I have clients right now. I've got one that I had from a year ago that has got back with me almost every month. And I tell them, look, you know, we're not on the clock or this and that. If you've got a question, you got a problem, concern, hit me up. I'm here. And I still have a lot of those that do things. So yes, you need to check out if you're into what they're doing.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
This should be an easy one. What are the ways business owners can connect with you and get your help as a consultant?
Well, you know, they can always get a hold of Mountain Association. That's a key thing to do. That they can request me in particular. I also have Facebook pages and things that they can contact me through any aspect of business. If they want to grow, if they want to market, if they want to evolve, they can get a hold of me that way. I have contact information. You can reach me on my email at terry.salyer14@gmail.com, or you can reach me all the time. My cell 606-367-3839. But I just want to conclude in saying it's been a pleasure to work with you guys, and I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing. And much like you just said, we're going to be here and communicate from here now on. You've got me for life, and I just appreciate the times that we've been together and being able to grow together.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that. Getting to meet more people in the area, more contacts, and you've got contacts that we can't imagine. So yeah, we've enjoyed our time with you, Terry.
It's good to share that, I think.
And I hope this interview does you justice,
Yeah,
as well as yours did ours.
yeah. Thank you so much.
It has been a pleasure, Terry, and we hope to talk to you some more.
Great.